It's not quite big. It's sort of big. But we could do like a very massive map, like we had done Tolveron in a while. We could do a Tolveron, honestly. I don't want to do Mechagon. I don't think that's a good one. I don't want to do the Bastion one, also not a great one. But we could do like Nokodon, Moldraxxus, or Tolveron. The Tolveron is so long, mostly because it's like the perfect playground for Pharaohs and Rogues, man. The pillars are so massive, you can just sprint around the corner and never get caught. Oh, we got a lot of warriors over team 1. Okay, that works too. That works out, man. That's a lot, but that'll work out. It's a lot of Pharaohs on the opposite team, so I guess these warriors are just... they're literally just food for them at this point, I think. Unless these warriors figure out a way past him, because it is a tough matchup. Not quite impossible, but nearly impossible is what I'll say. Got us some triples over for the team to are ready to go. We got Caneric, Starclaws, Sorrow, as well as we're coming back in like that. What are these weapons you got? What are these things, dude? They're actually kind of janky, but like in a cool way, but like this is kind of like a whole new mod. Top G gonna be first up versus Starclaws. Man, actually I would jump into the pit with the tiger, and that's gonna be immediate blades on the Top G. If he can just go for charges, go for a bit of CC just to stop the Pharaoh from heading behind the pillar and stay on him, that's gonna be the only thing that's gonna keep him alive here. Into Ursos, he knows he's gotta go for a leap around the corner, has to go through Ursos at some point, leaping in. Ursos catches you, doesn't quite yank it back in. We need some healing. Big defenses are gone for the time being. Starclaws got plenty of bleeds, plenty of damage into Kavoke. I don't think there's a way to respond to that. I think it's just over. Oh man, the damage it could do. That is rough. That is rough. Those bleeds, that's actually nothing to worry against that, huh? Actually not a lot. Even Kraken was struggling a lot with it yesterday. Like he was just, every matchup that he had, it's like, it's a really close matchup. And then as soon as the Feral Druid, it's like, okay, it's very anti-warrior. Feral Druid scary? Oh, very. Very. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know what they were trying to do by nerfing the bites but buffing the bleeds, but like, I think it basically, it went from being scary to still being scary, just in a very different way, you know what I mean? Knocked back by Chicago with the root onto the star, just trying to see if he can keep a little bit of distance for a bit, but also not completely letting him get a full reset, though the Feral Druids are slippery. Is going to put a totem next to him. Pulse? There's a pulse? Totem? No, the totem pulsed, but I don't think it reached Starclaws at all, which is unfortunate. I was thinking the totem was going to have instant pulse when it dropped, and Chicago trying to position the totems somewhere closer, but just unable to. Last, it's cat's a kitty cat, so at the very least you can wrangle up the cat for a moment here. As the Pharaoh trying to see if he can go for a bash. Convoke knocked back for a second. Chicago does avoid some of that Convoke damage, but unable to interrupt it. That is bleeds and call points built up on a couple of big bites out of Starclaws with even more damage. Berserk together with the Feral Frenzy. Massive bites onto Chicago. Bulwark Totem barely keeping you alive. Healing is all you've got to keep yourself afloat here. Wall for wall here for Chicago and Starclaws, but Starclaws, oh my! The bite of damage is still quite relevant. Taking out Chicago, just trying to see if he can go behind the pillar, licking his wounds, catching a couple of where he goes. Barskin was used up there too. Man, that is so much damage. And that's just literally wall for wall. Both of them just popped everything they could, and it's all about how much damage can you do to the other guy, whose wall is going to fall off first. And that's really what it comes down to. Oh, that is rough. These Feral Druids, man, it's gonna be a full, I think it was a fear from Conan, right? If not a stun. Stun, there goes a full stun to Starclaws, and then it was a fear. Cancel Blade Storm, able to stay on top of the Feral as best as possible. Feral in Bear form. While Feral in Bear form, this could be a huge opportunity for you to get a bunch of damage with Feral, or at least establish quite a bit of pressure. You gotta force him to play defensive. Convoke, you have a kick. He does have a kick. Definitely need to pummel it every single time. Feral's kind of low. Just gotta make sure they don't root you. If they root you, that could be bad. Bear form, this is where I think you may just want to commit as much damage as possible. Reflect in case there's a root. Barskin out of the Feral Druid, got himself maybe a bit of healing. And Conan looking for a leap around the corner. Stormbolt on the Feral with a charge to re-intercept them. Barskin is down. Feral Druid trying to see if he can build up some damage in his own. Tiger's Frenzy could go for a Feral Frenzy. Hold on a second. Or Tiger's also could go for a Feral Frenzy, is what I meant to say. Ursos stopping Conan in tracks. There ain't much you can do. And a root around the corner on top of it, which only has like some kind of bleed damage to keep the Feral out of stealth position where it may be a little easier. If you do have Dragon's Roar, I don't think it'll be enough, but Blaze Storm doing quite a bit of damage though. Stun right after, Blaze to follow for Conan. Got himself Avatar, but a maim. Do you have a leap? Leap in a charge. Leap in a charge. Leap. Charge. Leap again. Do you have a second leap? Oh, I don't think he does. He barely has enough health. But he's trying to see if he can maybe get himself a good positional. Tried to go for a first aid, but the bleeds and the vines are still on him. Got himself mounted up. Strongbolt on the Feral. Deny him the stealth. Deny him the opener. That could potentially be something. Switches to one person. Switches to one Feral here. What am I doing? Reflect out for Conan. Feral got himself a bit of damage. He's got Tiger's Lust. Bites to follow. And that's going to be down for the count. Man, these warriors are... It is rough. It's definitely a pretty good counter. With Dark Force going to be up next. Fading that opener by the Feral here into a trinket stun right after. Gives them an opportunity to have a proper go. Halo to follow. Void Torrent does get CC onto the Feral Druid. Mindflame Saturdays are going to be able to be doubled off back to back. Convoke to follow. Does have a silence for it. Got him some Flame Saturday. I think